Miami goes to Pitt in. I mean, you want to talk about keystone games in college football in terms
Football
of college
weather.
football weather, college football playoff implications. Miami, you know, we're talking Miami, Florida is going to be playing in freezing cold Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness. That's real. That's real. I mean, literally, it was not until you pointed it out to me, CD, this week that I was ready to lay the 6.5 with Miami.
You're like,
Literally,
what?
I was ready to lay it. I was literally
It
ready
can't
to
be under
lay
a
it, and
touchdown. It can't be under a touchdown.
I'm like, there's no way this thing's under a touchdown. Mason Heinschel, I like what they're doing. Pitt coming off a good win, but like, really, we haven't seen Mason Heinschel play defense like this. And when he did against Notre Dame, it wasn't like the best thing. And I don't know. I just think Miami's a lot better football team, but like, the weather has to play an impact. It has to play a huge impact in this football game. I mean, they're practicing it. Like the Panthers are practicing in it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Miami, you played at West Virginia at Virginia Tech last week, but it was beautiful. It was 50s and 60s. It was absolutely gorgeous. You haven't seen nothing like this. I think the SMU game, correct me if I'm wrong, it was some gross weather in terms of rain and some delay or some kind of gross weather. But you brought up an interesting point off air though, that everyone's looking at this from a negative side for Miami, and it's like, uh-oh, here comes the cold, here comes the cold. They are a physical football team. They are a team that can lean on you. And maybe it's not the worst thing in the world that they are forced to run the ball with their 240-pound running back and take the ball out of the hands of potentially a turnover-prone quarterback. Like, hear me out, right? Like, that is that crazy to think that the Hurricanes maybe,
No, it's not.
and Mario Cristobal, a guy, obviously Miami 305 kind of thing, but maybe he's understood that you're going to have to win games in November, December, and sometimes it's going to take cold weather to do so.
It's not going to be on my best bets, but I will be taking Miami to win the game, and I will also be taking them to cover this 6.5 right here. I just think Pitt offensively, okay, like, are you going to be able to move the football against this defense? Can you generate the explosive plays that you did against Georgia Tech? Will you be able to Mason Heinschel? Like, I'm not sure for how well he's played. And by the way, love him.
Love him.
Love his future there. Love that he's with Cade Bell. I think it is an absolute marriage over there.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have my doubts and concerns about his ability to, and it's not necessarily like him. It's like it's his supporting cast and like what kind of defense that they're going to be playing against this week. Like, are these receivers going to be open? Is this offensive line going to be able to hold up against them? You mentioned it a couple weeks or last week when we previewed Pitt. I mean, how many top level defenses has Mason Heinschel have to go against? Like one against Notre Dame, and it did not go very well at all
For the whole offense.
So, yeah, the whole offense just completely stalled out. So this Miami defense, when you look at, I mean, all three levels, you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, this is one of the best defenses that Pitt is going to be playing all year. It is I mean, Notre Dame's defense has gotten a lot better this season, so I guess I'll leave it up to you guys whether you think Miami's defense or Notre Dame's defense is better. But either way, like, this is one of, if not the best defenses that Pitt has played against or will play against all year long. And obviously everything's on the line with them, right? Like, they win, I believe, and they're in CD. Is that right?
For Pittsburgh, yeah. I mean, I'm under the
Maybe
impression
win.
that SMU is winning and I don't think Virginia is yet, but I can look at that up real quick, see if there's.
Well, either way is like when you're walking into this football game, there's a chance for Pitt to make the ACC championship, which means that there's also a chance for them to make the college football playoffs. And it's not like you're going to be going and walking into the ACC championship game and playing against a team that you can't beat, right? This game is tougher than any opponent that you're going to be drawing in that ACC championship. So, I mean, boy, I'm looking at this and I'm laying it with Miami. I'm sorry. Do I think Cade Bell is phenomenal? Yes, I absolutely do. Do I think Pat Narduzzi's a silly goose? I absolutely do too. I love me some Pat Narduzzi. All right. This This to me screams, like you said, ground and pound Miami. Mason Heinschel looking absolutely terrible, even at home. Now, if you are able to generate some explosive plays, say Pitt is able to run the football in any sort of meaningful way, like yeah, you start getting really nervous if you're Miami or a Miami fan. You start getting really nervous. We talked about like the implications for Pitt. Like everything is also on the line for Miami here too. Like this is a resume builder for them. Like they are scratching and clawing, right? Miami fans, probably rightfully so, seeing Notre Dame, ranked in that top 12 and being like, wait a second. Like what do we have to do? Two lost teams and one of them beat the other team and you're leaving the other one out? Yeah, I get that. So maybe style points matter here too, right? You got Vanderbilt breathing down your back as well, Utah breathing down your back as well. Vanderbilt's playing against a pretty decent Tennessee team. That's a resume builder for them. And they're playing them, I believe, on the road. So yeah, as underdogs. So you're looking at this game like this is a very important game for Miami as well. It isn't just a Pitt trying to make these championship game. This is Miami. I mean, sure, I don't think that there's a scenario that Miami can make the ACC championship. Maybe Virginia loses.
So I get into that right now, actually. So
Let's
Pitt
do
and
it.
Miami, neither of them control their own destiny. The only two teams that control their own destiny in the ACC is Virginia and SMU. Those two teams need to win. Now, those two games, Virginia and Virginia Tech, SMU Cal, and then the other important game, which I'll get to, is North Carolina and North Carolina State. Those are all
Oh, I see.
those are all in the primetime window. We're talking about 7:30, 8 o'clock starts. This game, Pittsburgh Miami, is a noon start. So Pitt, if they get a win here, they will turn their attention to either Virginia or SMU and neither need a loss by either one of them to get in, right? Then if you're Miami and you get a win, then all you need is a win or a loss of Virginia or SMU, but you also need North Carolina State to beat UNC to then boost your conference winning percentage cumulative schedule higher than that of Duke, assuming Duke gets a win against Wake Forest and Jake Dickert. I think the scenarios get a lot more
Which is a lot to
confusing, which
assume.
is a lot to assume. The scenarios get a lot more confusing after that. It seems like every single ACC game could matter in terms of conference winning standings and all that kind of fun stuff. So we love the ACC. The ACC has been good to us. We've been good back to it. This game is awesome here. I like Miami in this spot. I think they're going to win. I think style points will matter. To me, when the committee is going to be breaking down who should and shouldn't be going, you have these talking heads everywhere, blah, 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 who should be in. I think everyone right now, the sentiment seems to be, Miami has to go up to Pittsburgh, and they're gonna go. They got a tough spot there. As Mason Hines show, it's cold weather, all this stuff. Mark Cristobal in November, and they're discrediting Miami and talking up how this is going to be a tough matchup for them to go on the road against Pittsburgh. And I think when Miami goes and then potentially flexes their muscle against Pittsburgh, they get a win there. I think people are going to forget about what just happened and what they were just talking about and how impressive this win actually should be considered for Miami. And it might end up biting them in the butt. So I think if you are here saying that Miami and Pittsburgh look out, or excuse me, Miami look out because Pittsburgh's coming for you, I think you have to be there later on when Miami gets a win and give credit to where credit is due for the Hurricanes here and Cristobal. Now, Cristobal in November is terrifying. It's absolutely it's been awful. It's been like borderline unacceptable for the University of Miami, Florida, right? Miami University of Miami, Florida. Yeah. Which one? Yeah.
The U.
The U. It don't matter. Give me the Hurricanes to get a tough win, and I think a good win and a style points win against Pittsburgh.